doing there? Oh, hello, Click.
Hello. How's my favorite flatfoot? What's going on, Joe?
Oh, some Click murdered his wife. There he is, coming out now.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
O'clock. You can't hold up much longer.
Take it easy, Steve. She'll be along.
But why doesn't she phone? Why doesn't she wire? Not a word from her in 3 days now, the little idiot.
Well, that's just her way. A wee bit irresponsible.
Irresponsible? Why, that girl's slicker with a camera than anybody in the whole racket.
All right. Stop shouting.
They don't come any better. If anything ever happened to her, I don't know what I'd do. I guess I'd...
You'd send me a wreath of radishes with a note attached, bawling me out for not getting shots at my own funeral.
Why didn't you come in last night?
Here, Tim, catch. Now, Mr. Conway, something on your mind?
Oh, no. No, of course not. I just want to thank you for showing up 5 minutes before going to press. See here, Click. I'm getting sick of your actions around here.
Oh, stop trying to make a noise like an editor.
Listen, for 2 cents, I'd...
You'd fire me, I know. You haven't fired me since Tuesday.
No, you're hopeless. Yeah, and so is Flash Magazine. Unless we get something the rest haven't got, something exclusive, we're sunk.
Now, listen to me, Steve Conway. If I hear you utter any more of those priceless pearls of optimism, I shall have you beaten up.
I guess you're right at that. We've ridden worse bumps, and if we... Yeah?
Stratton long distance on number 2.
Okay. Hello. Yeah, right. Mine explosion near Scranton. Get going. Plane leaves at 11.
Yeah? Well, here's one passenger that won't be on it.
Now, you listen to me, Click.
You listen to me. Send Jake, send Jordan. Go yourself. But I'm not going, see? I'm fed up. I'm finished.
You're going if I have to slug you into that plane.
At 10:30, I shall have my hair washed. At 11, I shall stop at Bergdorf for a complete new wardrobe. At noon, I shall step aboard my palatial yacht and sail for an island in the South Seas, where anyone found with a camera is automatically thrown to the sharks.
Where are you going?
The zoo, the aquarium, Battery Park, any place that I can get some air. I'll be back at 2.
Click! You forgot your lunch.
Hello, fella. Hello there.
Oh, he can't talk yet, lady. He's only a pup.
Mind if I take your picture?
Who, me? Oh, no, not at all. Only once a photographer asked Maurice to watch for the birdie, and when it wasn't there, well, Maurice turned into a cynic.
Well, maybe Maurice would change his mind for a dime.
Oh, no. No, 2 bits or nothing. Union rate. Hey, Maurice?
There you are.
Thank you.
What's your name and where do you live?
Skippy, Carlton Terrace, New York City. Just across the street there. The pride of the battery. It's what you might call picturesque. At least that's what the other camera fella said. Of course, that was before we grabbed him by the seat of the pants and gave him the rush act.
By the seat of the pants. Wonder what they do to a lady.
Just for a moment, young lady.
Please.
Oh, I see. A camera study of a gentleman in his cuffs,
Oh, let go my hand.
With pleasure. Gentlemen, I give you Exhibit A, a lady of rank and title who deigns to visit our humble quarters. an adventurous soul who braves the dread dangers of the battery to bring back photographs, actual photographs of the natives.
I'll call the police. I'm Flick Stewart of Flash Magazine.
Ah, Flash Magazine, the periodical for readers who cannot read. The lady is a reporter, gentlemen, even though the reporter is no lady. Silence in the court. Gentlemen of the jury, is she guilty or not guilty?
No doubt about her, buddy. She's guilty, all right.
Guilty. Send her up. Now, if the honorable judges will pronounce sentence.
Tell her to get the devil out of here.
Yes, and stay out.
The court has spoken, madam.
So if you will kindly get that devil out of here and stay out.
You low, contemptible fool. You give me that camera.
Well, anyway, lady, you're coming out under your own power.
I wonder that silver-tongued orator with a brass nerve didn't try to pull a knife on me.
Yeah, he's the one who tossed the other camera fella out. Oh, he's a sensitive soul.
Oh, who does he think he is, anyway?
Oh, I couldn't tell you that, lady, not even if you offered me $5 grand.
What's his name?
I couldn't tell you that either. That would be a violation of confidence.
Oh, well, it can't be anyone of importance, not that guy.
Oh, he couldn't, eh? Well, listen to me, lady. Bill Reardon's got one of the cleverest legal minds in the world.
Bill Reardon?
Oh?
Not the Bill Reardon that disappeared 5 years ago after that Spencer case.
No, no. All right, then, all right. You wormed it out of me.
Man, what a beat. What a gift from heaven.
Gift from heaven, my eye. It's genius to dig up a yarn like that. You don't appreciate that girl.
Oh, I don't, eh?
No, you don't. Well, how many more copies should we turn on?
30,000 anyway. It's a sellout every place.
Right. I still say she's a genius.
Hiya, Tim. What's the real brains of this outfit?
First rate, Miss Stewart, first rate.
And you, Snow White, how are you?
Flick, it's wonderful. A pictorial like us, scooping every daily, and you did it all.
Instead of flying to Pennsylvania like a nice girl.
Well, I guess I have been barking at you plenty lately, but, well, you know I didn't mean it.
Save your tears to cool your presses.
100,000 copies and the public clamoring for more. This will pull us out of the red for sure. Well, on the strength of this, we'll probably land a terrific advertising contract. We've already had a call from Benton, Denton, Burton, and Chiswell.
Sounds like a timetable. I'm afraid you're pipe dreaming.
Oh, am I? Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Benton himself were on his way over here right now.
Yes, sir?
Well, Mr. Benton, come show him right in.
Yes, sir.
William J. Reardon today. A debased and useless shell of a man, a drag on society. Them's pretty harsh words, Stevie.
Ah, who's getting soft now? He was a prosecuting attorney, wasn't he? Cases like that are part of the job. Yeah?
Gentleman to see you, Mr. Conway.
Show him right in. It's Benton of Benton.
Denton, Burton, Chiswell, and all points east on track 6.
Ah, Mr. Benton, come right in. Come right in. Now, this is Flick Stewart, my little ace, who is partially responsible for our brilliant success. How do you do? Sit right down. Sit right down.
Conway, but I don't...
Right down, Mr. Benton. Now, Mr. Benton, welcome to Flash Magazine. Benton, Denton, Burton, and Chiswell is a firm with which we have always desired to do business.
Yes, I know, but Mr. Conway...
Mr. Benton, don't you worry. We'll get together all right. Sit right down. Of course, our rates have gone up in proportion to our increased circulation, but I'm sure that the firm of Benton, Denton, Burton, and Chiswell...
Stop shouting those names at me. Are you Mr. Stephen Conway?
Well, yes, I think so.
He's just modest. Of course he is.
Well, then, take this. And now, good day, sir.
William J. Reardon, plaintiff, versus Steve Conway, editor of Flash Magazine. $50,000 suit for libel and defamation of character. Well, what's so funny?
Your face, you want to see it.
Hey, this is no joke. He may have a real case here.
Punch vitality, that's what our readers want today. Yes, sir.
Oh, by the way, Miss Stewart, I almost forgot. I've a little present for you, too.
William J. Reardon versus Claire Stewart. $25,000.
Your face, you ought to see it.
Oh, he can't get away with this. We've got to do something.
Oh, you think so, do you?
Where does he get off to sue you for $50,000 and me for only $25,000?
Because you're a half-wit. Now go on down and find him, will you, right away. Buy him off for a couple of $100. He'll grab it. Go on, don't waste time. There might even be a story in it.
But suppose he says no?
Well, use your charm. Tell him you're sorry. Tell him you're an orphan. Marry him. Anything when he gets started.
You sure you know where you're going?
Oh, it's my faithful bloodhound. He never misses. He's got a nose for his friends and teeth for his enemies. He's what they call a reverse dog.
A reverse dog?
Yes, his bite's worse than his bark. Lady, there's your victim.
Thanks, Skippy.
Oh, don't thank me. Thank the G-hound. So long. Come on, Marie.
So long. Good afternoon.
Oh, you.
Uh-huh. I've been hours tracking you down since you decided to move. You mind if I sit down?
It's a public park, unfortunately.
Thanks. Mr. Reardon, I'll stop beating around the bush and come right to the point. I want to offer you...
The answer is no. I will not settle my suit.
Pretty quick on the draw, aren't you?
Not as quick as your Lynn.
Wiser, I'm sure. I should think $200 would be a pretty tidy little sum to you right now. We might even go $300.
Remember, I was a lawyer once. I still know a good case when I see one. Good afternoon.
Oh, look. Oh, what about $500? Now, you know that's a lot of money.
I can get more than that in court.
Why can't we discuss this like reasonable people?
What do you want of me? I told you I wouldn't settle.
Oh, come over here and sit down. Look, I'm not as hard-boiled as you think. I know what you've suffered. I know it's been tough. But why make Flash Magazine pay for that? It won't bring Spencer back to life, or convict the real murderer, or even make amends to Spencer's family.
Maybe your cheap pictures will accomplish more than you think. Maybe they'll help me cancel a long-standing debt. So I can find Spencer's daughter.
Oh, I think I understand.
I'm afraid not. That kind of ethics is far beyond you and your breed.
Well, maybe not. What if I find Spencer's daughter for you?
How can you find her?
Well, that's my business.
Sure, and if you do, you'll plaster the story all over your filthy sheet. I'm sorry.
Oh, please. I know you think me pretty low, but believe me this time, won't you? If I find that girl, it'll be strictly between us.
If I thought I could trust you...
Oh, you can. Come on. What do you say?
Go ahead.
Great.
If you come through, I'll settle the suit.
Yes?
For $15,000.
You're still a pretty good lawyer.
You're still a pretty handy girl with a camera.
It's a deal. No camera will ever come between us again.
Take your picture? Special prize for sweetheart.
No. Well, what luck?
Here's the latest we've got on her. June 15, 1936. Margaret Spencer, daughter of John Spencer, was sent to the chair for the murder he did not commit. Was discovered working in Chicago's...
Steve, Chicago's the next stop. What do you say?
Not a thing since June 1936. Better inquire Bureau of Missing Persons, Police Department.
Thanks.
Here she is. Miss Margaret Spencer, 22 years old, living under an assumed name since father's death. Killed in an automobile accident 2 years ago.
Oh. Well, I guess that's that. Thanks. Huh? Oh, hello, darling. Did I awaken you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, gee, I was just dreaming I got to lead in a new play and forgot my lines on opening night.
Well, you go back to sleep and study them.
How was Chicago? Did you locate the missing link to the greatest story of the century?
Yes, I found her all right. The third act curtain had run down. Margaret Spencer's dead.
Well, now you can get some peace. Come on to bed.
It's a darn shame, too. It'll be an awful letdown to him.
But you've done enough. You boosted his circulation while you run yourself ragged for his silly magazine.
Oh, it's not Steve I'm thinking of. Though I certainly should with the $75,000 sword hanging over our heads. No, it's the one in the middle of this family group that bothers me.
Reardon?
The only chance he had to square himself in his own eyes was to do something for Margaret Spencer. Now even that's gone.
But your job isn't. And you'll find yourself with another stray, and he isn't worth it. Or is he?
Oh, nonsense. He was just one swell story. Good night.
Sleep well. See if you can dream up some way to raise $25,000 for yourself.
Betty.
What?
Betty, would you say I had no code of ethics?
Certainly.
Certainly what?
Oh, certainly anything. Why don't you count sheep and let me alone? Betty! What's the matter? Betty? I found her. It's an inspiration. Quick, have you gone crazy? It's wonderful. I tell you, it's a stroke of genius. Just as I thought. Fever. You're the woman I've been looking for. You always wanted to be an actress, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
Hello? Huh? What? What are you talking about?
All right, let's try it again. And this time, please, try to put a little feeling into it.
Come in.
Ah, Miss Spencer. Well, I'd hardly recognize you from your pictures.
5 years is a long time. I guess I've grown up.
Jumping Juniper. Does she have to use that gas house accent?
Betty, remember, you were raised in a tough neighborhood, but you did go to school, see? All right, let's try it again.
I spent years trying to locate you. Where have you been all this time?
Oh, here and there. I was ashamed to stay in one place for fear people might recognize me.
See, that's better.
That's terrible. Oh, Click, we're taking an awful chance. Suppose he starts really digging into her past.
All right, suppose you had to dig up $50,000. Be practical, Steve. This is our only chance. You know, a drowning man can't be too fussy about his life preserver.
Well, I don't like it.
Well, all right, if you've got a better idea.
All right, you win. I'll wait for you over the office.
You better get going. He'll be here any minute.
Something tells me I never should have left my father's butcher shop.
Now, don't put it on too thick. You know, you're not playing Camille. And, oh, your makeup. Let's scrub off some of this war paint. I don't want you to look too healthy.
Oh, I guess one must suffer for one's art. What will my beloved public say?
Well, if this works, you'll have your beloved public. It means new clothes, a full dinner pail, and a chance to impress that agent you want to manage, you see? If it works. Maybe it would look better if I went out and left you alone with him for a minute.
Don't you dare. If you leave me alone, I'll...
There he is now. Come on, sit down. Now, pull yourself together. And if he questions you about the past, you've suffered too much to talk about it. Come in. Oh, hello, Mr. Eden. I got here a little ahead of time. This is Margaret Spencer.
So good to find you at last. After I'd just about given up hope. Well, you're a young lady now.
5 years is a long time. I guess I have grown up.
Now that I have found you, I hardly know what to say. I looked all over for you. Washington, Boston, then I lost all trace. Where did you go after the trial?
Oh, here and there. I was ashamed to stay in one place.
Let's forget the past now. I found it. That's the important thing.
Right. It's made me happier than I've been in 5 years.
Well, Mr. Conway's waiting for us down at the office. Perhaps we'd better get going, huh? We can settle all our business down there. Here.
Oh, yes.
Man wouldn't remember much if he fell from here, would he, Johnson? All of his troubles had vanished just like that.
I don't know, Mr. Conway. I ain't tried it.
Chances are by the time he fell, he'd never know what hit him.
It ain't the fall, Mr. Conway. It's the splash.
Yeah?
Miss Stewart with Mr. Reardon and Miss Spencer.
Show him in. Ah, Mr. Reardon, come right in. I'm Conway.
How do you do? This is Margaret Spencer.
How do you do, Mr. Conway?
Pleasure, I'm sure. And now, Mr. Reardon, in the name of Flash Magazine, I offer you first my apologies for Miss Stewart's inexcusable stupidity. Our stupidity concerning those pictures.
Yes, yes.
Successful journalism, Mr. Reardon, is a two-edged sword, a boomerang, one might say. One often treads upon delicacies which are...
I came here for a definite purpose, Mr. Conway. Hadn't we better get down to business?
Yes, quite right, Mr. Reardon, quite right. And now, in full settlement of your suit, may I present you with this humble token of our best wishes, $15,000.
Thanks.
If you will just sign this release, sit right down here, Mr. Reardon. There's the pen. There you are.
This is yours, Miss Spencer.
Oh, Mr. Reardon, well, this is really too much, really.
It's little enough compensation. You know, Miss Spencer, I'd be very careful. There are a lot of people in this town who just love to get their hands on this much money. Suppose we go right down and open up a savings account for you.
Well, now, surely you wouldn't deprive a girl of the joy of depositing the money herself. It would be a great thrill for her.
Oh, I'll see that she spends it wisely, Mr. Reardon.
Oh, perhaps you're right. Here you are. All the happiness in the world.
You're very kind.
If there's any other way I can help you, please let me know. Are you staying in town?
Yes, Miss Stewart's asked me to stay with her until I can get settled.
Good. You've been wonderful. I can't thank you enough. I guess I've acted like a suspicious fool.
Oh, that's all right.
Well, keep in touch with us, my boy.
I want you to keep in touch with me. Let's have dinner together real soon, shall we?
Oh, we'd be delighted.
Oh, yes, of course. You too, Miss Stewart. Goodbye.
If there's any other favors we can do for you, don't hesitate.
I feel young again. Just the way I did when I set fire to Pod's barn with Aunt Susie inside.
Hey, how about a story?
Yeah, how long have you known Bill Reardon?
Yes, Bill and me's been buddies for years. Oh, many's the time we've thrown parties together. I was his sort of confidant tong-tong. That's French, you know, if you know what I mean. As a matter of fact, I still am.
Where's Reardon now?
Where is he? Back in the district attorney's office. That's where he is. Why, the DA sent for him the moment he saw his picture in the paper and insisted that he went back to work.
Go on with your story.
Well, Bill gets mad, and he sues. Then the dame from the Flash magazine, well, she locates this Margaret Spencer, and they settle a lawsuit. Then what do you think Reardon does? He tries to put right this gross injustice, and he gives a present of 15 grand to the girl. Take this, he says. Take this. Take
So Reardon hands over the whole wad to this dame, huh? My.
So what? He always was a sucker, and he still is.
I tell you, Mitch, it oughtn't to be allowed. This Spencer kid's dead, isn't she? Well, a dame can't just raise up out of a box to collect 15 grand. It ain't being done.
Listen, Mike, I got my own business, and I'm paying you to work for me.
Oh, sure, Mitch, but this is misleading the public.
Let me look into it, huh? Maybe ask a few questions. Get this. I don't want trouble, publicity, and I don't want to fool around with this Reardon, you understand? I'm warning you, Mike. Don't cross me.
Oh, sure, Mitch. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, knowing you feel that way. Think I want to commit suicide?
Will you kindly ring Miss Margaret Spencer?
Who'll I say is calling?
Let me see. Mr. Slitch. Mr. Ephraim Slitch.
Miss Stewart, there's a Mr. Slitch calling to see Miss Spencer.
Mr. Ephraim Slitch for Margaret Spencer.
Not one of the Hoboken Slitches.
That's what I was afraid of. Someone out of your lurid past, probably. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Slitch, but Miss Spencer isn't in. No, you see, she works in a traveling circus, and, well, they won't be back in town for about a month.
What do you suppose he's selling?
I don't know, but whatever it is, we're not buying. We can't be too careful whom you see.
I might as well be in a convent. I can't go here, I can't go there. I can't even go to dinner tonight at Reardon's because you say no.
You're not inferring that I have any ulterior motive in seeing Reardon alone.
Oh, not at all, darling. Why, if I were along, he might ask me about my great-uncle Luke on my mother's side. You don't mind my seeing Charles Blake tonight, do you?
You're a fresh little brat. I'll be home early.
Pretty nearly ready, Bill. I can always tell by the expression on Maurice's tail.
You got a big responsibility tonight, Skippy. First guest of the season. How do you look?
Oh, almost worthy of the sumptuous repast you are about to partake of.
Oh, come on in.
Am I late?
No, of course not. Where's Margaret?
She couldn't come. She's having dinner with Blake, the big theatrical man. Isn't that something?
Blake, that's wonderful. I'm sorry she couldn't make it. I was anxious to see her.
Well, don't look so disappointed. Maybe I better go.
Oh, no, of course not. Go on in.
Well, what is it that smells so wonderful?
Mulligan, ma'am.
Hello, Skippy.
Hello. It's an old family recipe, handed down from generation to generation.
Skippy's my cook, major domo, and general factotum.
Yes, I got 30 days once in Tulsa for that. Only they call it vagrancy.
Not as picturesque as the Carlton Terrace, but much, much nicer.
I feel as if, well, as though I'd ended an existence, wanted to leave my old skin behind me. Then, too, a member of the DA staff can't just live anywhere, you know.
Also, you're back at the old job.
Yep.
That's marvelous.
Chief tracked me down the day after we settled the suit, before Skippy told the world. Welcomed me like a long-lost son.
He must be awfully fond of you.
35 rosy dollars a week, back where I was 10 years ago. But believe me, I couldn't be more chipper if I were the DA himself.
Well, that calls for a drink. Here's to the new skin.
Walk right in, Mr. Blake. I'm sorry I'm not ready. Please sit down. I'll only be a moment. It's so sweet of you to take an interest in me. After all, I'm really nobody, and you... Why, you're one of the biggest men in your profession.
Am I?
I'm glad to know you.
Hello.
Please sit down. I thought we might discuss business before dinner. You probably want to know all about me, my experience and background.
Yeah, that's the general idea.
Well, I haven't done a great deal to brag about. Just amateur theatricals and character parts in stock. Nothing outstanding.
Well, that's just a matter of opinion. I think you're doing swell now with the part you're playing.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
You should. I think you're terrific, kid. I could even get enthusiastic if I didn't know Margaret Spencer died a couple of years ago. Oh, don't let it worry you. It's under the hat. And I wouldn't tell a soul.
Who are you?
My name's Mike Romero, and I think you're a swell little actress. Maybe we can team up, you and me.
Please, Mr. Romero, I'm expecting a gentleman, and
Sorry to bore you, but I happen to know Jack Spencer before he died, and I knew his kid, too. It's funny, but you don't even look like her. You did all right for yourself, didn't you, baby? 15 grand. I figure since it came so easy, you wouldn't mind splitting with a friend.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on now, don't play dumb. You were smart enough to figure out this racket for yourself. Or is there anybody else in on it?
You've knocked at the wrong door, Mr. Romero, and if you don't stop annoying me, I'll call the police.
You'll call the police? That's a hot one. Why, you stupid kid, can't you get it through your head that I'm wise to you? Talk sense.
Get out. Get out, I tell you.
All right. All right, I'll get out. But I'll be back tomorrow night for another chat. You better be in the mood to talk business. Get that straight. Adios, Ophelia.
Oh, my, but I'm happy.
Soft music, just enough food. I could curl up and purr.
You? You're not the purring type. You're a fire siren, an alarm bell. One sound of excitement, you'd go skidding out that door with a camera around your neck. Pictures, pictures.
Well, that's life itself, Bill. It's this minute, today, tomorrow. It's the speed and tempo of our times.
And the rottenness, snooping and prying into other people's lives, why you and your crowd have made peeping toms out of half the population.
Well, it's a feverish, restless population. Oh, sure. I curse the game and swear I'll buy myself a farm and Make placid camera studies of trees and lakes and baby pigs. But that's just talk. Truth is, I love what I'm doing.
Well, maybe with luck you'll outgrow it.
No, I don't think so. You know, when I was just a kid, I got a brownie snapshot of the mayor of our town staggering out of a saloon. I've been a hopeless fiend ever since. Is this your father?
You're a federal judge, 32 years.
You know that's you 20 years from now?
I couldn't ask for anything better. You know, in a simple, quiet way, he was a great man.
You have his eyes, you know. And the way his mouth's set. Firm and strong and yet sensitive. Oh, and very wise.
Only he never blundered.
He was fortunate. Turn sideways. Oh, gosh. You know, you're both from the same negative. I think that with the right subjects, I could learn to take portraits and love it.
So would your subjects. Love it.
It's getting late. I guess I better go, huh? Bill.
Hmm?
What would you say if I told you that I went in for trick photography? You know, doctoring plates, putting in fake backgrounds, making a picture appear honest that isn't.
I'd say I'd see Steve personally and make him give you a raise.
Oh, listen, I'm serious.
As long as you don't interfere with public morals, it's all right with me. I'll just have to forgive your private sins.
I may have to hold you to that. Well, you're home early. Did Blake promise to star you by next Tuesday?
I didn't see Blake.
No? Why not?
A Mr. Romero called instead.
Romero? Who's he?
Oh, nobody. Just the chap who happened to attend my funeral a couple of years ago.
Eh? What?
Yes, sir.
Miss Margaret Spencer in, please. Mr. Crackpool calling.
Yes, sir, Mr. Crackpool. Crackpool?
Henry P. Crackpool.
Yes, sir.
Answer that, will you, Steve?
Hello. Who? Who? I'm sorry. It sounds like Crackpool to me. What? Oh, it is Crack. Mr. Crackpool to see Miss Spencer. Who's Crackpool?
I don't know, but she's not in.
Miss Spencer is not in. This whole mess is making an old man of me. Why doesn't Romero show up?
He's probably out spending the money he expects to get out of us.
Sure, go ahead and joke, but you know what it means if the lid blows off this gag? I'm finished.
You're finished. What about me?
Well, if...
Oh, keep still, both of them.
There he is now. For Pete's sake, don't let him know we're worried. Tell him to come in. Come in.
Well, a committee meeting. Who are your friends, Ophelia?
I'm Conway of Flash Magazine.
Oh.
I want to know what you mean by these insinuations concerning Margaret Spencer.
So you're the boss of that crummy sheet. The little girl's protector, huh? Very interesting. Well, I'll introduce myself.
We'll sacrifice that pleasure, Mr. Romero. What's on your mind?
Just something I didn't get straight until now. You're taking a mighty strong interest in that kid, aren't you? And you'd feel pretty bad if I told you she wasn't Margaret Spencer.
That's ridiculous.
And you'd feel still worse if I gave the boys up at Snap Magazine an earful of this racket. I might even speak to Reardon.
You can't bluff me. You've got no proof that what you say is true.
I'll have plenty, if I need it.
Just what are you after?
15 grand.
You're taking an awful chance with a racket like this, Romero.
Yeah, well, you started it yourself. Look, Conway, I'll give you until Thursday night. I'll be at the Paradise at 10th Avenue near 50th. And I don't take checks, see?
Would you take it in pennies, Mr. Romero?
You're the one who should go on the stage, sister.
Well, there goes the finish of Flash Magazine.
And there goes my career. There goes more than that.
What are we going to do about it?
Well, I started this thing. Maybe I can finish it.
I wish we knew who this Romero is.
Won't be hard to find out. Print these right away. I'm off to the races. Well, I've been on the trail of this mug for 24 hours. If you can't help me, I'm sunk.
Calls himself Mike Romero, huh?
Yeah.
I guess I can help you, Click. How many copies of this can I have?
How many hat checking sessions have you got?
Plenty. 32 in the city alone.
All right, you'll have 32 prints in an hour. Tim's bringing them right over.
And an hour later, you'll have your information. Where can I reach you?
Right here, mister. I'm weary.
Sure, kid. Go ahead and get some sleep.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, take a good look.
The Duke himself. Better call Finn right away.
Wake up, Click.
Huh? Oh,
I got the dope for you.
yeah, yes, what'd you find out?
Romero's over at the Sugar Hill Cafe with a guy by the name of Mitchell.
Mitchell. Wasn't there Mitchell mixed up in a meat racket last year?
Yeah, only this year it's fish. Calls himself a protective organizer.
Oh,
And heaven help the boys who don't want protection.
And Mike Ramirez is Good Man Friday, huh?
I'd be careful, Click. And not too inquisitive. They're a slimy crowd.
Thanks, Jack.
But little Mike honored me with a visit, and I intend to return his call. Oh, and Jack, one more favor, huh?
Yeah.
Will you telephone Margaret Spencer, Holland 2141, and tell her to grab my car and meet me outside the Sugar Hill?
I've played the fool too long. It's time I knew all about you. Isn't that stupid? I can't remember a simple line. Yes? Yes?
And if I were you, I'd tell your girlfriend to go easy. She's playing with fire. Right.
What's wrong?
I don't know, but I don't like it. Click wants me to meet her out in front of the Sugar Hill Cafe. A man just called for her. He said she was playing with fire.
Probably arson. That girl would stop at nothing to get a 2-bit camera shot.
I better get my coat, huh?
Wait a minute.
But what'll I do?
You stick to your lines. Blake is liable to show up this time. I'll do my best to keep your girlfriend from ending up in a headline.
I've played the fool too long.
Taxi lady?
What on earth are you doing here?
Margaret was busy. I thought you might be able to use me. Anything wrong?
No, nothing.
Well, come on, hop in the car.
Listen, I haven't time to explain now, but there's something I must do alone.
You'll be alone. I'm an expert silent observer. Don't look now, but if you're following that car, you better make a right turn.
Hello, Wendell.
Well, what is it now?
Just thought you might be ready to do business tonight.
I told you I'm not joining up with your organization. Why don't you leave me alone?
You're not using your brains, Wendell. Play along with us and we'll protect you, Mitch and me.
Now, you stay here and mind the car while Mother does the shopping.
But, Mother...
Try going it alone and we can't guarantee anything.
I've taken care of my business for 20 years, and I don't need your advice on how to run it. Now, get out of here.
Yeah. I'll get out. But I'll be back tomorrow. This time with Mitch. Maybe he can make you change your mind before it's too late.
This Romero must have come up in the world since the days I knew him. He's Mitchell's right-hand man now.
You think this Click Stewart is on to something?
I do, but how? She must have been tipped off. She's probably after an expose with pictures. Anything to boost circulation. What did you get?
I got a honey of a shot of Romero high-pressuring some poor guy. But it'll never print. The light was impossible.
But I knew darn well he was there on business.
If we could only get concrete evidence. But everyone's afraid to talk.
Don't worry, I'll be on his tail till I do get something.
Reardon didn't get onto anything?
Not a thing. I left him in my car, and by the time he realized he was being kidded, I'd scooted off and left him there. Oh, gee, Steve, he's a nice guy. Really.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't be so nice if he knew.
You better stay close to her. It may be the lead we need. She must be quite a gal.
A little dizzy, Mr. Wilson, but she's pretty swell. Good evening. Miss Stewart, please.
Yes, sir, just a moment. Miss Stewart, there's a gentleman here who wishes to speak to you. Right there.
Hello.
Hello? Oh, hello, Bill.
Hey, you're a tough client to get hold of. I've been phoning you all day. You ready?
Sure, I'm ready. Well, I will be in a couple of minutes. Where are we going?
Oh, all over town. Luigi's for dinner. Theater afterward. Won't guarantee where we'll land after that.
Oh, that's wonderful. What'll I wear?
Tell her to wear that yellow number. That's ready.
Wear that yellow number. That's ready.
You've been going through my wardrobe. I'll be down in 2 seconds.
Yes, sir, them's two of the finest gals I ever did meet.
Pretty popular, I suppose. Lots of gentlemen callers?
Oh, Miss Stewart, she's too busy for boyfriends. But Miss Spencer, she got about a dozen.
Yeah?
You ought to see the present she got last Christmas.
Last Christmas. Miss Spencer just moved in with Miss Stewart a week ago.
A week ago? Oh, yeah, sure, that's right. Well, I guess I was thinking about two ladies at the other house.
Well, you asked for it.
It's beautiful.
Oh, let's do it big tonight, huh? We'll go Dutch. This is going to be fun. No rush, no cameras, no Steve.
Too good to be true.
Miss Stewart, Mr. Conway's on the phone for you.
No camera, no Steve. Tell him you've gone.
I certainly will. I've gone. I've disappeared. I better just see what he wants, huh?
I'll give you just 2 minutes.
Now, look, Steve, I'm all dressed up and I'm on my way out. No, Oh, Jordan's sick, huh? Well, I'm not going to a fire. It can burn down, see?
Well, what is it, Luigi's?
Of course.
Luigi's, driver.
Yes, sir.
Spaghetti and ravioli and all that wonderful sauce.
Big bottle of red wine.
Oh, let's have 2 bottles of red wine.
You know, when you forget about that camera, you're almost human.
Well, I've forgotten about it completely. I guess you sort of do things to me.
Gee, I haven't been out like this in years.
Have you got the tickets?
Oh, yeah. Best show in town.
Sounds like a fire.
One of the acts is a mind reader. He tells you your age and your name, everything about you.
Oh, boy, that sounds like a good one.
Oh, they say he's a marvel. After the show, we're going to dance at the Regis.
Huh?
You like to dance?
Driver, follow that engine.
Yes, ma'am.
What is this? Driver, you go on to Luigi's.
Oh, now,
Yes,
please,
sir.
Bill, just this once. Be a darling.
Darling, nothing. You said no camera, no Steve? Well, what are you waiting for? Your light's changed.
Fire lines can't get through.
Fire line? Yeah, I might have known this would happen.
Come on.
All right, sister, put your hands down.
What are you doing here?
Just a little second story work. Haven't tried it since I was a kid.
Get out. Get out or I'll...
Call the police, I know. Great publicity for you, Miss Clark.
What have you got there?
Just an old program I want to show Conway. You take a very good picture.
Give me that.
Now, calm down, or the wrong people will hear you. Well, I got what I needed, so I'll be... Wonderful show.
I thought you'd like it. That water number was a bit disconcerting now, didn't you think?
Yeah.
Well, what happened? Get him out of here in a hurry. Oh, who are you calling?
Wait a minute. Hello, Sergeant. This is Bill Reardon, DA's office. I want to report a robbery.
Oh, no, Bill, wait. Oh, the neighbors next door. They're terribly noisy.
Hold on, Mag.
Hang up. You don't want to make a fool of yourself, do you?
Well, never mind, Mag. Well, there must be a mistake somewhere. No, forget it.
You coppers all alike. Boogeymen in every corner.
I could have sworn I heard someone open that window in there.
Oh, you're just like a kid with a 10-cent sheriff's badge. Now go on home and get some dry clothes on and let a couple of ladies get some sleep, will you?
All right. Forgive a guy, will you? I'll be making passes at myself in the mirror in a minute. But I could...
Now, listen.
I know. Get some dry clothes on.
Yes.
Good night.
Who was it, Romero? What'd you get?
Just a picture of Betty Clark as the ingenue lead in the Thespis Little Theater.
Oh, gee. Well, that's nice going. But there's several ways to skin a cat, and I think I know one.
Yes?
Bill, she's down at the wharf now.
All right, I'll be right down.
Hey, you. Wendell, come here. I want to have a little talk with you.
What do you want?
I'm giving you our last chance to join our organization.
I've already told your friend here what I think of your crowd. Now I'm warning you. Get off this dock before I call the police.
That's your final answer?
That's my final answer. Now get out.
Okay, Wendell. All right, boy, take it apart.
Oh, she's still here?
Yes, sir.
Come on, let's go.
Call the police.
Morning, Miss Stewart.
Good morning, William.
Up pretty early.
Look, buddy, a girl came in here. What's her name?
Oh, we ain't allowed to tell the name of the residence, sir.
Come on, I got no time to fool around. Who is she?
Her name is Click Stewart.
What's her racket?
She takes pictures for the Flash magazine.
Good. Now get me circled. 20412. Quick.
Yes, sir. No. Oh, there it is.
Hello, Chief. This is Boxer.
What happened to you? Where'd you go?
Can't talk private. Thought you might like to know a dame is taking pictures of the business for Wendell. Name is Click Stewart. Works for a Flash magazine.
Click Stewart. Flash magazine, huh? That's funny. We were only speaking of Flash the other day.
Yeah, we were, weren't we?
Listen, Boxer.
Okay.
But I wish they hadn't seen you.
That gorilla's probably on his way up now. Listen, Betty. I want you to take a print of these to Flash and tell Tim to hide them until he hears from me. And I mean hide them, understand?
But what are you going to do with the rest of them?
I'm going to make a trade. Mike Romero's picture for yours.
And let Romero and his gang go free when you have evidence like this?
Only until I can risk telling Reardon the truth. I don't want to let him down now.
I don't blame you, Click.
There he is now.
Here. I'll go the back way. Will you be all right?
Yes, run along, Little Red Riding Hood. Take those pictures to Grandma.
Hello, you're late.
Yeah. What'd you say?
I said you were late. I have the pictures all ready.
You've got the pictures already?
You'll want to take me to Mitchell's, of course.
Of course. Say, are you a mind reader or am I crazy?
Come, Count Screw Loose. Come.
Is Tinley and Miss Jones?
He's in Mr. Conway's office.
Not with Mr. Conway.
No, the boss is out.
Good.
Hello, miss.
Hello, Tim. Click sent these pictures. You're to hold them until you hear from her, but nobody's to see them, understand?
Boy, they're beauties.
And Click said, whatever you do, don't let Steve get his hands on them.
They're crying to be printed, but don't you worry, you can count on me. Hello, Tim Whalen speaking.
Listen, Whalen. Click Stewart took some pictures down at the Wendell Fishing Wharf, and I want them.
I wouldn't be knowing anything about pictures, Mr. Reardon. No. Right, you might try her at her house. Goodbye. Wonder where Reardon got the dope on these.
We better hide them, huh?
I've got just the place.
Hey, what are you doing there?
Nothing at all, nothing at all. I was...
Come on, stop playing charades. What is that you got in your hand? Say, these are marvelous. What were you hiding them for, you thick-skulled idiot? We're going to press in 5 minutes.
But we can't use them. Click said to hold them until we heard from her.
Are you crazy? Why, they're dynamite. The most terrific beat that ever struck home. And you wanted to... Jordan, hold everything. Break out the cover. I'll be right down. Yeah?
This is me, Chief. Boxer.
Okay.
Oh, gentlemen. And, Mr. Romero.
So you know my pal, I see.
Oh, yes. Mike and I have much in common.
You're the dame who took the picture this morning, eh?
Well, I must say, Mr. Mitchell, that they don't do you justice. But I didn't know you were in on Mike's transaction.
Listen, Mitch, I can explain this.
Shut up. Now, what was the deal?
Well, Mike wants 15 grand for his objections to the way I uncovered Margaret Spencer. I want 15 grand for these pictures.
Go on.
Instead of running around in circles, why don't we just shake hands and everybody mind his own business?
Mind if I take a look at those snapshots?
Not bad considering how fast you worked, but then action shots are my meat.
When are you going to print these?
That depends upon you. Call off your dog and I call off my printers. Simple arithmetic.
Maybe I can't figure that easy. How do I know you won't print them?
Doubting a lady's word, eh?
You're a healthy girl, Miss Stewart, aren't you?
Oh, I might add that I left duplicate shots where you'll never find them. And 2 hours after they discover my lily white body, your mug will be plastered all over the cover of Flash magazine.
Oxford, go out and see a flash print of those pictures.
Okay, Chief.
And Miss Stewart, you'll keep us company until we find out. You and Mike.
Play tic-tac-toe? What about you?
Yeah, don't mind if I do.
You want the X's or the O's?
I'll take the X's. That's my mark.
Mitch, listen to me, will you? A fella can make a mistake sometimes, can't he? It's only human. I'll do anything you say after this. I swear. I always did what you told me to, didn't I? You can't go back on me now. Mitch, answer me, will you? Say something.
Miss Stewart in, William?
Oh, no, sir, Mr. Reardon. She just went out.
Miss Spencer in.
Margaret Spencer? Bah. She's never in. She never has been in. She never will be in. 3 weeks I've been waiting.
Miss Spencer's a friend of mine.
I'm sick of her if she is a friend of yours. All I get is $2 for serving a summons. As far as I'm concerned, Margaret Spencer can still be dead.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
2 years ago, they buried her in Chicago. Then up she pops alive. But she forgot she had debts. Debts that were canceled when she died. Well, I'm through trying to serve her. Let him hire a ghost.
That man sure is mad.
William, the other night you said something about Miss Spencer being here last Christmas. What did you mean?
I don't know nothing.
Exactly when did she move in here?
But we're only supposed...
Better not hold anything back, William.
She and Miss Click Stewart been living here together for about 2 years.
Where'd Miss Stewart go?
She went out with a man.
You know where she went?
No, sir, but the man called a number. Circle 20412.
The district supervisor.
Find what you wanted, Bill?
This is William Reardon, DA's office. What's the address of Circle 20412? Probably found out more than I expected.
What's the next move?
Paradise Cafe, 10th Avenue. Thanks. Let's go, Joe.
Get your flash here. Get your flash. Get your flash. That's me.
That's 42 to 3. You want another one?
Sure.
Yeah? Mitch, there's a guy outside who wants to know if there's a Miss Stewart around here. Said his name's Reardon. Send him in.
All right, send him in. Supposing I tell Reardon you got rid of Waltz and framed Jack Spencer for it. You wouldn't like that much, would you?
Why, yup.
Well, sorry to intrude.
Reardon, what are you doing here?
It's like old times. How are you, Reardon?
Tougher this time, Mitchell. How do you fit in this setup?
Oh, it's a long, sad story. Why don't you wait for me outside? I'll be with you in a minute.
There's no use asking you for the pictures you've probably sold out to your friends here.
What pictures?
It's time you stopped playing games.
Bill, I don't know what you're talking about.
That doesn't surprise me. You've lied about everything else. Only this happens to be the state's business.
Looks like you are intruding, Reardon.
Well?
Oh, Bill, I wish I could have told you myself. I didn't have the nerve.
They're all over the city, Chief.
So you went ahead and did it anyway. I ought to give it to you right now.
Back up there, both of you. You too, Romero.
All right, boys, get the gun.
Up there. Come on. Come on.
Nice day's work, Bill.
Bill,
Come on, Joe. We got a case to prepare. So you can cut all the big hero stuff. Miss Stewart's pictures clinch the case.
Thanks for the interview.
Thanks very much, Mr. Reardon.
will you turn a little to the left, Mr. Reardon, please? Thanks.
Not at all.
That was very nice of you.
Not at all.
Oh, Bill, please.
Been a big day for us, Bill. I'm opening on Broadway tonight with 6 lines.
Fine.
We both got a lot to thank Click for, haven't we? Well, I'll see you later.
Oh, I beg your pardon, lady.
Oh, that's all right.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Bill, what a sap I am. I was walking
Wait
back...
a minute. What did you say?
What a sap I am.
Thank you.
Oh, listen, I know Bill Reardon, you see?
Yeah, and I suppose you're the governor's niece, too, eh?
Oh,
hello, Mr. Reardon. Hey, do you know this woman?
I certainly do. I've been tracking her for months. That's Blonde Tex.
This is no time to kid. Look, I've got to get back to the office.
Come on, game's up. Get over. Oh, what a sap I am.
I know it. I love saps.